to me. Holy moly. Yeah, dudes. All right, we're here. It's live. We've been live for about 10 seconds. It's me, man, PMZ. I'm here. We're chilling. Pocket smoking it. Bro, I, I started recording video. Last time I tried to do this live shit, I didn't know what the fuck I'm doing. So this is my first one going live. It's here. I'm ripping a little bit of Kickstarter right now. Just ripped this booster box. I'm gonna get you caught up. I started talking my shit. Usually I don't have any notes, but I wrote some notes down for you guys. Stay on track. Get you a quick update on the pools. First pool of the night was the Chaos Crystal Kickstarter. Yep. And we fought the Chupacabra, number one in the set. The Kickstarter looked crazy. That background pops hard. And the Giant Salamander. I'm going to keep pulling some things as we go on through the night, just to keep it a little bit of fun, sprinkle some positive vibrations in there and excitement, because that shit just never gets old. And we're going to talk about some Metazoo. Again, I don't care about, I'm not a content creator, YouTuber, all that shit. You see my stuff, like, I don't know the last time I made a video. We're at a point in time now where I think shit is kind of settled. You can come out, talk a little bit about things without people tripping out too much, and I'm not hurting anybody's feelings while, fucking around and telling the truth. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't realize that, like, people I don't know if it's misinterpretation, but I was like, yeah, I got some shit to say. I'm always saying some shit on Instagram, and oh, okay, cool. Got Anfield Monster. But the reaction was like, whoa, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? So just let me be forward with you real quick. It's not like I'm gonna sit here and blow the lid off anything. There's nothing to blow the lid off of. But there is truths that need to be told and corrections that need, to be made. And that's what my goal is here with you. I respect this community. My friends, I met a lot of great people, had amazing times playing a lot of wonderful games with so many people. And you guys deserve to know what happened. We've all spent money. We've all been lied to. We've all been taken advantage of. We're all owed something as far as, here's some money. You give me product, right? And we're all shitted on. So we're all in the same boat. And you all deserve to, better than what you received. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to spit that truth and give you guys what I think you all deserve. So we'll jump into it. I'm gonna run through here. I got trusty Pocket Squonk with me, keep me on track in my notes, and I'm gonna run through a basic history of Metazoo. Kind of take you to the beginning. We'll go through the collapse and where did Mike go, where did Andy come from, the collapse occurred, and then the future of Metazoo, this new Metazoo that's coming out, man. It's exciting stuff. So let's keep it real. Let's talk about the very thing that's in my hand right here. The one thing that was never even needed, right? Metazoo was so on point in the way that things were going. They didn't even need Kickstarter. It was a nice marketing tactic, but it was not necessary. Of course, the marketing was all aimed towards men in their 20s and 30s, collectors and streamers, and the marketing program worked great. But Mike Waddell created a beautiful product. Regardless of what anyone feels or has to say about the dude, the game was fucking amazing. We all played it. We loved it. Met a ton of great people. It was fun. It was such a good product that a little Matlock's. It was such a good product that Shaw, owner of Game Castle franchises, the Golden Distribution, among other things, came together and was just like the perfect ingredients. It's like, yo, I've got this beautiful packaged product, great IP, awesome stories, cool art concepts, amazing gameplay, fourth wall mechanics, and the other half of the equation, you've got this guy who has like, hey, I can get that in a shelf. Let's say you had a successful Kickstarter today, right? You made $500,000 on Kickstarter, and you've got this game concept, and you're gonna print it. How are you gonna get it on a shelf? Do you have someone that can do that? Shaw was the man for Mike. Can you get it to distributors, to get it to stores? None of that shit had to happen. It was automatic. The second it's printed, Shaw's able to put it in all of his stores and get it out to the people, get it through distribution. And it was the perfect recipe. They had the right partners. Everything just fucking functioned, and things were going great. Almost too good to be true, man. Um, so what happened is we have to look back to some old pictures just to kind of jog the memory. You remember the old collecticons where Mike Waddell's hanging out with that the old chick he used to hang out with, the fashion girl who used to wear those like handmade Metazoo shirts behind the booth and all that stuff, and ended up breaking up. You know, they broke up. Whatever. That's their stuff. But a new girl comes along, and also a new girl walks away. And this is probably the biggest turning point. It is the biggest turning point. Oh, it looks so good. These old cards. Fuck. Yeah, just look at that shit, man. So cool. It's so simple. This is what made me fall in love with the game in the first place. But anyhow, there's a breakup. Long story short, following that breakup, Mike pretty much withers away and crumbles and stops being active. He stops fulfilling his role as CEO. He's no longer operating and doing his job the way he's supposed to. There's nobody at the helm at Metazoo, right? You've got your COO still there. The CEO is gone, and so something has to happen. And that's where Andy comes along. This is long story short. I'm just fucking rushing through this. I'm trying to deliver as much information as I can, as fast as I can. So much to ramble about. But while this chick and Mike break up, becomes completely useless. Now this can be, go verify the facts. You can talk to any senior management, ask some artists, ask people who actually work in Metazoo at the top. I'm not talking about um, your friends in the community or someone who is a judge at an event or people who even worked there at lower levels. But I'm talking about high top tier people in Metazoo. Go and ask them, and they will verify that fact right there. So there's nobody at the helm. Mike Waddell is not at the helm. And Andy comes into play. Now, there's a lot of shitty things I could say about Andy, and I will say a lot of shitty things about him because he treated a lot of people very poorly. All that being said, he wasn't qualified for the job. So the shit job that he did, I can't say it's necessarily his fault. He was set up for failure. There was no fucking way in hell Andy could ever make a positive change in this zoo stuff. So things move forward. Zoo's getting shaky. A lot of people have a rough taste in their mouth. The guy's really disrespectful at the collecticons. He's crumbling people's cards, kicking people out of line. Fucking Epic Tube's amazing dude. Gets shitted on by him, so I stand and support Epic Tube for walking away and no longer participating with Metazoo. Even though I'm still fucking A1 like all the way fan, I support and respect that. You got disrespected. Fucking yeah, definitely don't fuck that guy. Same thing with and a friend, Wangon Sun, you probably know from the Pokemon community, got his head signed by Mike Waddell every chance he could. Fucking Andy just shits on him, kicks him out of line, basically. To he's just because he's an asshole. He's just mean to people. So there's this weird taste in people's mouth, and still the zoo is fun, and we're having games and towers events are still occurring, and all this shit is still going down, right? Um, and that's where things get kind of weird. And regarding Metazoo finances, you've got a let me push this button here. I don't know what the fuck this shit does. I'm gonna try and see. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pushing buttons. Whatever. I was gonna see if I could see you guys talking or whatever, but I don't know how that shit works, so I'm not gonna fuck with it. But anyhow, so things start to go bad right there. Let's look at castles. I think this is the best example I have is a castle, right? The king of a kingdom lives in a castle and has great influence over his kingdom. But who is the one that has the real power? Like the queen. The queen whispering in the king's ear can make a lot of things happen. And we've got this whole Andy Afton thing going on. So Metazoo is dropping sets. We have seance, and we're moving towards native and expecting war. Now we get the the whole legacy thing thrown into the mix, and then this Kuromi thing comes along. It's like, what the fuck? You want some money here? Give us, sure, take it. I'll do a pre-order, and that whole thing. But what happens is somebody really, really, really wanted Kuromi. If you go look at Kuromi set, whose name dominated the cards? Who took the set for herself? The princess, unicorn, queen, type of thing, man. Like that was her thing. Go and ask the artist how that whole situation went, right? Nobody was happy about that. It was a bad financial decision. Running a business requires knowledge in all kinds of different areas. And just to show up and say, hey, you know what, this is what I want to do. We're going to drop this set right now because we want to drop Chrome because I want to draw cute unicorns and stuff. Kind of fucks everything up when you got people waiting for a specific calendar of events and product to be released, especially when you take their money. And the way to launch that product, right, was over the top. It was at New York Collecticon and this huge background, and the money is just fucking going out the door. Ain't nothing good happening there. So finances are pretty fucked. We're all waiting for war, and we're expecting legacy, and we're it's like, okay, what's next? And this is a pivotal period of time, and this is going to bring us to late 2023. December 2023, the 4th week of the month, right before New Year's. We have a huge tournament, and there's a meeting called. And this is a meeting with the board. Mike is basically not involved still at this point. He's useless. Oh, nice. And got a full Hollow Holy Gem. Yeah, we're just ripping Kickstarter, by the way, as we get through this video. So the board comes to this hard decision, like, hey, we're in the red. We cannot pay our investors. We can't pay Towers people. We cannot pay anybody. We can't pay our bills. What the fuck are we going to do? Do we pull the plug, A, or do we push forward with all we have and try to make this thing work, package it, make it look real nice and pretty, and then make a sale to a potential buyer? It's during this period of time where Mike is still in his crumbling ball, and that attitude of, if I can't have it, no one will, right? That whole thing. And the letter comes out, that big dreaded letter about the end of Metazoo. I know there's whatever messages people say they want. It's one person's story. It's Mike's story. Where was he? Right? He didn't crawl out of his hole until these videos online started coming out, and then giving false truths when they did come out. So that letter comes out, shakes off the buyers, potential buyers, and at this point in time, Metazoo is still worth 7 figures for a buyer. And so let's get into the numbers a little bit, okay? I'm going to talk about the warehouse in Santa Clara where Shaw kept everything. So the actual product number is approximately $12 million in sitting inventory. This is prior to value decreasing due to all the bullshit and drama. So you've got about 12 mil sitting in there, okay? The product is now being entertained at a low 7-figure for a sale to a buyer, and then that whole thing gets fucked because of Mike's letter. I can't focus without music. I'm gonna put some music on real quick. Right here, this is the PMZ channel official music. Mapalala. I'm gonna put his jams on. This is by the Steppers, straight out of Hilo, Hawaii, and we're gonna listen to some good reggae music while we're sitting here talk story. Bam. Okie dokie. So we lost the buyers at a 7-figure range. Moving forward, we're still trying to package this shit up, still trying to make a sale, still trying to make something magical happen. And that kind of brings us forward a bit, where let's go from like January, February into the era of the dumpster pictures, the pictures of the dumpster for the Metazoo product. All right. Oh, snow wasset. Not that exciting. So the product that's sitting there is sitting on a shelf. What happens if something just sits on a shelf? Nothing, right? Things have to move. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. This is a very simple principle. You can see this in any business, anywhere. You have to, have stuff that's generating revenue. So you'll see it in grocery stores, Gucci, all the big designers, Nike does it. People throw shit away. If it ain't making you money, put something on the shelf that's gonna make you money, and that's what was happening. Metazoo was in a period where we're moving to sell. It's preparing for its next phase in life. The product's gonna move elsewhere. The real value is in the IP and the game and really not the shit that's sitting in a warehouse. Because if people wanted to buy it, they would have bought it already. Most of that shit was just sitting there collecting dust. Largely goes back to greedy decisions. Shaw's very good at what he does, but can also be um, made immature or unexperienced decisions that were over ambitious or greedy or whatever you want to call it with overprinting. We know that, and therefore a lot of shit needs to move. So cleaning house occurred. Um, let's talk about the dumpster thing and why did it get to the point of a dumpster? If it wasn't a dumpster, it would have been recycled. It would have been a truck that showed up to shred it, but trucks couldn't shred it because the product is not recyclable. You can't take this booster box and throw it in a recycling bin. It doesn't work like that. The cardboard has to be removed from the wrapper, the foil wrapper, and then the foil card needs to be removed from the stack. The math was done. It's about $40,000 to get somebody to go through the Metazoo warehouse, open up everything, separate this shit into a recyclable pile that can be then thrown into a big shredder truck and driven off and recycled. Um, but it's just too expensive and too much work. It's much more affordable to get a dumpster and fill it with product. I know that hurts a lot of people's hearts, and it kind of hurts mine too to see that in that sort of position. But realistically, I could tell myself, like, dude, if people wanted it, they would have bought it, and it's it is what it is. Um, so you saw a picture on the internet. It was 9,600 units of UFO spell books. That is what was sitting, or total at the end of the day. That's what was thrown away in the dumpster. Sounds like a lot, but it ain't shit. Let's check it out. If you've got less than 10,000 boxes going into a dumpster and you still have another 90,000 UFO spell books, it's not even a dent. Nobody's buying that shit. Like, if, like, whatever, fuck it, who cares? Like, it happens, right, in business. I'm a Metazoo fan. I don't want to see that happen, but as a business person, operating multiple businesses, whatever, I get it, right? um, so um, so it's very expensive to make all that shit happen. So let's just jump like more towards May. That really stirred the shit. So buyers, Metas are still trying to sell, still trying to sell, still trying to sell. We are now at a much lower figure, and potential buyers are still on the line. And the Nick Strength and Pokemon videos come out with a dumpster, and that is a direct effect, directly affected the sale, or preventing the sale. We lost two sales directly from the era of the Metazoo dumpster videos. Um, and actually, I think before I go further, if I haven't, I don't know if I did um, already, but I'm mentioning Nick's name. I need to make sure that I do so respectfully. I need to everyone watching, especially him, to know that there's no disrespect in what I'm saying. I've always every interaction we've had has been positive, and his videos are there. I know he's a fan. We're all fans. We care about the community, and um, people do the best they can with what they got and the information that they know. And so, that being said, the stuff that was being fed on the stream, um, and I say it ended two different sales. I mean it. It's a fact. And but that doesn't mean that was the intent of those videos. Because I know I talked to the brother, and I know he's a fan of the zoo. So, but it is what it is, and things occur like that, man. When something's like in shambles, and it's like, do I really want to buy this? And you see something like that, it's like, oh fuck. So, so that happened. Um, lost a couple of sales, so that changes the value of the product that's sitting in a warehouse. I mentioned 12 mil, then I mentioned low seven figures. Now we're getting into six-figure range of Metazoo's value, and just dropping tremendously by the minute. So the sales still um, pushing for it. Um, the uh, the thing that's a trip. I'm sorry if I'm out of sequence here. I'm paying too much attention to these cards. Let me look at my notes. So I think that's a trip that we have to realize is when the uh, the zoo originally, Mike's letter came out and fucked everything up, a major sale, and then a lot of stuff within our community. The partners investors were kind of like, dude, oh, fuck, dude, this is what it is, right? Like, god damn, this sucks. But something was realized. More than any other time, there's an all-time high of transactions on the secondary market, which now investors and partners are like, well, shit, I'm going to take my share and take my share and my share. And so that February, January, February, March, that whole period of time, you've got everybody at each other's necks with attorneys fighting for their piece of the pie, because obviously there's still value in this thing. People still want it. Um, so um, attorneys do their jobs, things kind of fizzle, stabilize, and we are now in the dumpster era and moving a little bit past that. So come May, um, auditors are now being implemented by the trustees. So everything needs to be audited first. Personal interests, personal stock, as well as the overall product sitting in the warehouse. All that shit gets audited, and it's time to sell. That's the job of the trustees, to do something with this shit. And so at this period of time, the the trustees are trying to make some kind of magic happen, and um, this is sort of the same period where, okay, Lizard Man. Ooh, I love the greens. They pop so good. Um, Trying to make. Sorry, I'm fucking getting distracted with these cards again. I'm gonna check one more. Let's see. Okay, Blood Ruby out of that pack. That last one. I forgot was sitting right there. I get this Hodag pack in a little bit right here. Um, but the trustees are trying to make something happen. Something has to occur here with this product. But now we kind of have like this fork in the road right now. Okay, so Mike Waddell comes crawling out of his hole, who had been MIA for God knows how long. Meanwhile, the trustees are also involved, and him, when he's doing his whole stream thing with Bailey and all that, their attorneys are telling him to shut the fuck up and keep quiet, because they're kind of ruining things for themselves with all the rambling. Also, the owner of the building in Santa Clara where Metazoo houses their shit is also not getting paid, right? Metazoo's not paying bills. So we're at a weird point in time where Shaw's, who's head of the product, basically it's all under his umbrella in physically in his building that he's leasing. He's pulling out, shit's not getting paid, and the building owner's like, what the fuck? Who's a genuinely nice guy, a good dude, and the trustees are still trying to figure everything out. Um, Simultaneously, Mike comes out and shits on everybody round two. It's like, yo, um, Metazoo, I want to, we owe people money. We got to pay the artists. We got to pay the towers. We got to, people are owed money for a product they ordered. We're going to do the right thing and fix everything. We're going to hire attorneys and file for bankruptcy and fix everything and be heroes. And yes. And what happened was you all funded him shitting on you by supporting those streams, right? What happened? You guys got a letter in the mail that said, "Oh, we owed you money. We fucked up. We filed for bankruptcy. If you try to come at us for anything we owe you, we'll fuck you over times two." Um, and that's what happened. I didn't get one of those because I never ordered anything. I ordered everything with fake IDs and stuff. It's like a game castles and all that when I used to get product back in the day. But um, fucking the um, the thing that's so fucked up is like just came out, lied to everybody's face, painted this hero picture, and then just shit on everybody. Round two. Okay, so that's occurring the same time the owner of the building in Santa Clara Pings throwing a lawsuit at Mike. That's where he gets quiet. He's no longer, he disappears, right? Have you heard from him lately? He was getting a lawsuit thrown at him because money is owed on a building that costs tens of thousands of dollars a month to lease where all this product is being housed. Now the trustees are talking to the owner of the building, trying to be like, because nobody's buying really. There's a few people who are like, hey, how much? You know how much? But really nothing's occurring. So the trustees are like, yo, man, talking to the owner of the building in Santa Clara, like, hey, we can, let's, you take Metazoo. You can have Metazoo. You can be the owner of Metazoo. You can take all this product and we can call it even, right? Just drop the lawsuit. If you take this ownership of the company, I think it's a fair trade. Things were kind of entertained just a little bit. There's a meeting called um, between the trustees and um, um, the owner of the building and some people who maybe have a potential ability to move a massive amount of Metazoo or have a certain influence in the Metazoo community who are right here in this area. Um, so that occurs. And it's kind of like, can maybe, sort of thing, but nah, fuck that. The shit's got to be sold. You got to remember, this is a very, very kind dude. Does very well for himself in business and in life, and doesn't need like this is more work than it's worth for this type of individual. So the sale of Metazoo is now low six figure, and I sub six figure at this point in time. Where for me personally, 75 grand would have worked to obtain, yes, Metazoo games and the product sitting in that warehouse that was once at a $12 million range. But you forget that it costs money to do things. Okay, you can buy Metazoo, right? Let's say I bought it for 75 grand. It'll cost me almost that much, $50,000 to load up the trucks and haul all that shit out of there. So if you've ever walked through a warehouse, 500 pallets is insane. Roughly 500 pallets, among all the shirts and backpacks and hats and skateboards and promos and boxes of plushies and all this other bullshit, right? That's a ton of fucking shit. So um, it's but you got to move it somewhere. Okay, so you hire truck drivers, forklift operators, labor, manual labor, and then go and sign a lease. This is fucking Santa Clara County. This is Silicon Valley. It's one of the most expensive places in the world um, regarding real estate. We're up there. So okay, so tens of thousands. Let's go 30 plus K a month on a building plus all the expenses to get the product there, then hire staff to move the product, package it, and fulfill orders and all that kind of thing. Well, when there's no orders taking place, okay, it's not feasible. It doesn't make sense. Like to me personally, as an individual, it doesn't make sense. Would love to do it, just it like goddamn. So there was a lot of people offering this and that, and kind of brings us to a a um, a weird period of time where people are coming out and talking to content creators directly. Um, we had Shaw speak to Trementic directly. Um, there was the Mike, there was Nick, and all these different discussions occurring. Um, Much respect to Tomentic. Dude's a passionate caster. Loves the game, and I wish I could have. I wish we were freaking friends and like I could talk to him and if I could tell him what's going on. Well, he's getting all these false promises made by someone who's inactive in Metazoo. Is crazy and like so wrong and misleading. While um, this dude's pouring his passion and love and everything into the game. So I would be like, yo, heads up. By the way, ain't what it seems, but it just wasn't it. But anyhow, Shaw comes on there and starts telling Termantic that there's the product is moved. It's in different locations across the country and that sort of thing, which was completely false. The product never ever moved. Oh, finally, obnoxious nine a growth here. Yes. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh, green. Yeah. But regarding product and Metazoo, I'll fill you in real quick. Crash course. Golden Distribution used to be over by the San Jose International Airport and moved a little bit farther deeper into Santa Clara and relocated into a larger building. This is early Metazoo. The Kickstarter launch was successful. CN1 drops, and we end up with yes, there was actually some folks did break in, and there was theft, and it was reported, and it was a police report and insurance and all that kind of stuff. Um, and oh my god, I'm sorry. 1 second, I'm gonna reach for this thing. I'm gonna have to eat some potato chips to lubricate my throat. A little secret right there, but freaking so this this heist occurs. This is way back in the day. This is way back in the day. So at that period of time, the CN1 and Kickstarter product was moved off-site to a separate, two separate storage facilities, while all of CN2, anything there and after, stayed in the main warehouse in Santa Clara. Since that period of time, there has been zero theft, zero relocating product, zero any of that stuff. Um, so the whole stuff getting sent to different locations, false, nonsense. There was a picture on Nick's videos of a police car in front of the the storage. I'm sorry, the warehouse over there on Corbin, and that was yes, there was a cop car there. No, nobody was arrested. Nobody was charged with any kind of criminal activity. Nobody was accused of stealing. No employees were accused of stealing. None of that shit happened. Now we're at a point where the two top dogs are sitting at there bullshitting each other and utilizing you and your favorite content creators to fucking fuel their little feud. And so they're lying to everybody's faces, including each other. So no, there was that whole entire thing was all bullshit regarding that cop car in front of the building. They had to file a report because things had been removed from a list that Mike had a bunch of product, and um, on the list, Nick showed it, and wanted it returned, blah blah blah. Obviously, shit was not in no longer possession. It had been sold or moved elsewhere, whatever, but it was missing. So, so that kind of thing, that whole thing occurs. They're just lying to each other. Um, so anyhow, so all this shit's going on. Shaw basically abandons everything in that warehouse, and poor Payne gets stuck with like his building full of a bunch of shit that he doesn't want and stuff that he doesn't want to have to do anything with in the first place. Um, so that kind of brings us to where we're at now. We have a new chapter occurring, and we're going to talk about Metazoo's future. Okay, that's like a quick run through, like really fast pace, like just run through it. But yeah, go look at the police report. You can look it up. It's most public information. There was nothing really reported heavily, so there's nothing that should be hidden from the public. But anyhow, the new Metazoo. That's where we're at. First and foremost, I gotta say, I am excited. I am happy. Um, passion is behind it. There's love of this game, belief in it, and I'm with that all the way. That being said, I can tell you what I do agree on and what I do not agree with. I do believe that we need to market to a wider audience. The 20s, 30s, males and streamers type stuff is cool, but that's not going to make you the big three, right? You're not going to be the next Pokemon or Magic or anything like that. Kids need to be involved. The IP, the cartoons, the animated stuff, the mangas to occur, right? I agree with that 100% completely. However, the game itself, the mechanics are not broken. The game isn't broken, so don't try to fix it. It doesn't need to be fixed, and it does not need to be simplified to market to a greater audience. The game is complex, and it is fun, and it is easy to learn. Nobody making a decision regarding simplifying the game has the experience I do with in engaging with children who learn this game. I've got kids who've been playing with me since they were 8 years old. The youngest kid that played at Caster Cup is one of my casters on our South Bay caster team. His friends, I've got the whole group. We celebrate their 11-year-old birthdays, and all like just young kids are playing this game very competitively and shitting on a lot of our top casters. They'll rip them in half. I've got teachers who teach at SBC, members who are teachers at schools who work with kids, and they host after school programs. To this day, these kids are playing Metazoo every day after school. We're sending home with bags, grocery bags full of cards, and the game is still going. So to say that the game needs to be simplified to cater to a greater audience or younger folks is nonsense. It's not the truth, and it doesn't need to happen. I understand purchasing something or putting yourself into something. The ego needs to be fed, and it's yours, and you want to make your mark in history and in your product, but it doesn't need to be altered as far as gameplay goes. Does the marketing strategy need to change? 100%, absolutely. We need to put a heavier presence in the manga and animated stuff. But the game ain't broke, so don't try to fix it. Aside from that, you've got a lot of people who are really looking forward to a lot of things. So this is me speaking to the new ownership of Metazoo, and there's a lot of people looking forward to a lot of stuff. Excuse me, holy shit, that we were promised. And I think it would be a disservice to the brand and to the people who the brand to not fulfill the war. They just stick with Metazoo for what it was, right? That's why we all played it. It's fun as shit. It's the most fun. We've all played a bunch of games. It's the most fun over all these other games. Keep opening some Kickstarter while I'm talking here. Keep ripping some packs. So that brings us to a couple different scenarios, okay? You know where I stand, but let's look at this. So Metazoo doesn't change the IP, and they do move forward. I'm sorry, they don't change the IP. Metazoo doesn't change the game mechanics, and they do move forward, keeping everything the same. That's good news, right? Because then we get to see these future sets, and there's a bunch of unreleased stuff that still nobody has seen, or mostly unseen. Ooh, Flatwoods. She's good in any set she's in. Love Flatwoods. So we can finally get a chance to get some of that product. Hopefully, that would be awesome. That would be super cool. But if they try to change things, all right. Let's say the game mechanics are changed. How can you alter the game and then release pre-existing cards from this old school format, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not going to work. So a couple things can happen. The new owners can sit on it for their own personal enjoyment, stash it away, lock it up in a vault or something, or they can maybe leak it out the back door. If we start to see things appear randomly, that's a bad sign. Things are being sold in black market, going out the back door, and that's not what we want to see. So I think all things being said, the best thing, the game ain't broke. Don't try to fix it. It was a like the most perfect thing in all of our eyes. A lot of salt is sprinkled all over everything, and a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about it. But I know for sure that the casters, man, if we drop these releases, things are slow and steady, released on time. We can back it up, build it right back up, and build it even bigger and cater to a greater audience than ever before. Cactus cat, nobody wants that. I like to drink while I play my games. Um, so that's kind of a a quick rundown from. Um, oh yeah, full hollow blood ruby. Pretty little. Where's the Kickstarter stamp? Oh, there it is in the corner. Can't really see that one. Um, so I am looking forward to it. I am pumped and I am thankful that at whatever form that this game does move forward and that we get to enjoy it. We've now I'm just gonna go ahead and ramble a little bit, about this whole era. It's by far the strongest community that a lot of us ever been a part of, and we don't want to lose that. We're gonna we're gonna embrace whatever comes, but we tried to do all sorts of things. We saw the people split up, right? You had like the nom nom folks go this way, and the fucking we did Chronicles of Arcane, and there's so much great games, and a lot of respect to creators of all these different games. It takes a lot of work in designing and creating and all that sort of stuff, but nothing can fill this void. Nothing will fill this void. Oh, there's King Metazoo's favorite card, Joint Snake. Don't tread on me, baby. Um, nothing will fill the Metazoo void. We've tried it, and so it's been cool lately. After everyone's kind of like gone their own ways for like the last 3 6 months or whatever, and really try to do something new. And all of a sudden gravitating right back. We've been playing a lot of bigger games. Um, we've been doing tons of multiplayer, 6-player formats, 5-player formats. People are just having a blast playing the game the way it is, and it's cool too because nobody's like, there's no product coming out. There's no new promo. There's no new anything to look forward to. There's no like really like nothing promised anymore. So right now it's just back to like it feels good. Like everything's just back. It's pure again. People are just playing for the fucking fun of it, having a blast, man. And it means a lot. Like I'm so pumped for what do you call it? Yes, blood curdling scream. Oh man, all these are going into a deck. All the usable stuff, anyways. I'm throwing all this shit in just to make a straight Kickstarter deck. But so I'm gonna place it here. Blue Piazza Bird. I need a Hodag. Um, but I couldn't be more grateful. I have one last set of Metazoo first, second, third place medals, and we're gonna go out with my favorite man, the fucking Frogman. This is actually the first card I ever got from Metazoo. This is the first Metazoo card I ever had. This is the card that made me fall in love with the game. This is the shit right here, bro. That's the shit right there. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's so satisfying. Um, but I'm just telling it how it is. Um, these all this shit comes straight from the top. All right, come on. What number? What number? Oh, okay. Infield monster. He does a good job. He does his job. But I more than anything, I guess I should just try to switcheroo, change the angle a little bit, and focus on some gratitude, man. I'm thankful for the casters, for players, for our community, and for the thing that's still thriving. I hope a lot of you don't kick yourself in the teeth down the road for getting rid of all that Metazoo. I think second snow loss it. What the hell? I think it's beyond worth holding on to. For the bulk, my personal bulk, I just for deck building, whatever that kind of stuff. Sure, like give away whatever, but like your binders and your decks and everything, like what the fuck, man? And hey, this is the first time. Whoa, I got an upside. The last card is hollow and upside down. I've never had that happen before. Trip. Um, but I think deep down inside, and I know there's a lot of casters who are like big in some other games right now, but they still got their decks and they're still fiending. And shit's been getting real intense when we hang out. It's real mellow. It's just friends hanging out, playing Metazoo. But no, okay. Again, uh, what the hell? These cards are coming out upside down. The fuck? Weird. Um, but that's kind of my fucking. I'm just gonna keep rambling until I finish the rest of this box right here. Are empty Kickstarter boxes still worth anything? I don't know, but you know, I'm thankful, man. It was a hell of a run. What it was, people come and go no matter what industry, no matter what the hell is going on. Change is automatic. There will always change, no matter what you do. Pizza Bird, a little reverse pizza. Yep. Let's see. I will tell you this, Pepper DeLuca, you're the fucking man. I think you're awesome, and you'll be pleased to hear. I'll say whatever the fuck I want right now. Nain Rouge, yeah. I hope you look forward to seeing him because he should have been printed by now, and he has some cool stuff. But you know, I signed no NDAs or nothing. I'm not a Metazoo employee. I don't know, man. Rivers always float through the ocean, you know. Fucking A. Let's get through these things. Whoo. I wish I knew how to use this YouTube shit. I could probably talk to people and answer questions or something. I am not a streamer. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not really a content creator. I had Metazoo because I was just fucking excited as shit and wanted to share all my experiences with people. I couldn't have been more excited about anything in the world. Like I don't even have a. I think people see my there's a rook. People see my feed and think like that's all I am or something, but my worlds and different businesses are completely separate, and like I don't music and art, like nobody knows that I'm this big a nerd, and I have a little, however little it might be, that I talk to people. I talk to a screen on YouTube and open cardboard and whatever, but man, fucking all right, we're finally getting somewhere. We're getting good. Look at this, man. Who's hungry for? I love to eat aura. Eat your aura, man. Fucking we've been playing. So I'll tell you how our multiplayer games go. Really, the whole point of it, try to make it as fun as we can. So you might have a chance to slay everybody on that side of the table. It's got 6 casters, right? LPs like fucking 120, 80, fucking whatever. We're trying. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's focus on taking out, clearing the board, or we're just trying. We just fuck around. All right, yeah. Night crawlers. Oh man, too many crawlers and enough crawlers. So we do kooky stuff like that. There was a the hell was it? These guys were doing something with some crazy Terra the other day. Like I don't know, basically making like little goofy games within the game. We're doing a thing where we stack the decks. You just stack. It's just the perfect deck, right? What's your win con? Of course, there's certain things that we cannot use, like your River Time Torrential. Try to do the boil over, gassy type. Not just that's not gonna work in the format. But okay, Walking Sam. Bam, solid card. Oh man, the Seance Walking Sam. The Seance shit on me. I wish it wasn't so. That was a tough. That was a heartbreaking set. What do you call it? Another one. Back to back Sam. Um, we had one caster who had one of his boxes pulled 4 possessed. Yeah, possessed auras, but god damn, I love how tight and like just look at. I think I have a C in. Fuck it, I'm not gonna do a digging around, but just look at this thing. It's like packed so tight. The mat, it looks so good. You got all the aura types on the back. everything about this game, man. Like, God damn it, this is just too good. Um, but we're twisting around all kinds of ways. We're gonna do a what do you call it? Another cactus cat. That's not good. Um, one big tournament and go out with a bang. Before things kind of mix up a little bit. Um, okay, and that, damn, man. Come on, I got 2 packs here. Can I get a moth? Please? Out of one of these? Metazoo gods? Let me get one. Doesn't matter. Let's put this guy right here. Socket punk, pocket squonk in the house forever, for life. See what happens here. Let's see. Okay, I have a full hollow Undying Fire Crystal. Last but not least, I got one shot right here. Oh man, I have to rip. Oh man, all right, here it goes. It's a special box to me. From back in the day. It's a special video. So okay, you know what? This is a shout out to a homie named Nevin. I mean, sorry. AKA the Hodag Hustler. That one's for you, player. The very first YouTube videos I made back in the day was just me being super excited. I was over the top excited. I just wanted to play the game. People are like, nobody's gonna play Metazoo. Nobody even. Well, it's like right now, people talking shit about Metazoo. It was the same thing back then. Nobody was like, oh yeah. So I started making videos. It's like this was the first channel to ever have straight up Metazoo gameplay on it, full on dedicated Metazoo channel. Everything like this was the one. So and it happened accidentally. It was just me trying to fucking share my joy and shut people down for talking shit about the game I loved. So we're back. So way back then, Nevin messaged me. I deleted all the videos because of reformatting everything. I was gonna like package it up all nice and try to do something cool. But he messaged me and like sent me some cool ass stuff from Alaska where he's from, and then I had to I sent him some stuff too, and this dude blew my mind. I've never seen so many hodags in my life. This brother's got like his whole kitchen. He's got like plywood, sheets of plywood on top of chairs that just covered. I don't even know how many hodags it was, but it was a whole fucking room full of hodags. Like the old school hodags. You know, the Billion Kickstarter hodags, CN1 hodags, any kind of hodag you can find. And then all this hodag paraphernalia around the place. So I hope you enjoy that, Nevin. He's still around, rocking with the zoo. Much love, much respect, player. Crypto Nation never dies. Days, man. I hit every single one of these spots and play a game at all of them. Until then, man, magic is real. Real magic is everywhere. I fucking believe that. Motherfucking Moth chose me, you know what I mean? I didn't even want to pull Mothmans, but they started coming to me all of a sudden. All I wanted was frogs and squonks, you know? But the game's been great, man. It's been a fun ride. Much love. I wish you all the best. If you hung around and watched this, appreciate you. I hope it was worth your time. You guys enjoyed it or got something out of it. There's always much more than, you know, the tip of the iceberg. All that being said, man. Fucking squonk! Ugh! Damn. Yeah, I want to end streaming.